for some people to go up and participate in an entertainment program. I'm signing you up. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I think I can go and say like a speech or something, say some nice words. And before I can even tell her that, she's like, oh, the email said explicitly no speeches. So I'm like, oh, well, that changes things a little bit, okay. So I'm thinking, okay, what kind of talents do I have? Can I dance? Absolutely not. If you saw me dance, you would think of someone that has to go to the bathroom and got shot at the same time. That is not a case. Then I was like, okay, can I sing? No. The moment I start singing, this party's over, somehow I it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I've seen a lot of Indian movies in the last, my whole life. I think I can probably like make fun of Indian weddings. I mean, we are here celebrating 50th wedding anniversary. So I always imagined the kind of conversation that a parent would have with their child when it's time to get married. Now, in this segment, I'll be pretending to be Naji's dad. So I will be saying their first names. So please don't get offended. I love you, I respect you a lot. This is just part of my comedy. Do not get offended. So I can just imagine like this conversation going something like this. All right, John. You've done your education? Good. You got a job? Good. We have found a girl for you named Satna, all the way in Saranpur. We have set up a meeting on this date, and you'll only have half an hour to talk with her. And half an hour! That is crazy! To determine if you're gonna spend the rest of your life with this person in half an hour. You know, I take maybe an hour sometimes to decide where I want to go to eat, let alone decide who I want to spend the rest of my life with. So, you know, I think there's something called like biodata that parents send out in the newspapers, and the girl's parents look at the biodata. Now, how many of you have ordered or shopped anything on Amazon? Yes. Okay, everyone is pretty much, all right. So, you know, I often buy stuff on Amazon. And usually the first things that you see on Amazon are, you know, like the description of the product. Like the size, the dimensions, what the product is, what the value is. I was looking at a biodata once, and they look pretty similar. Like, you know, on the biodata, like how much the guy weighs, what's the height of the guy, what the guy does for a living, how much the guy makes. I mean, the parents are literally selling their child like a product. अब पहली बार अगर मुलाकात हुई, you know, the girl and the guy are meeting for the first time. I tell you, लड़की के parents इस मामले में बहुत उस्ताद हैं. They also know what they need to do. बेचारी लड़की, you know, it's a big deal for the girl too. She also has to decide whether she's gonna spend the rest of her life with the guy or not in half an hour. So she sits down. Immediately, the girl's mom or guy is like, "Beta naach ke dikhao, beta gaa ke dikhao, beta chai lao, beta chai do, beta biscuit do." She doesn't even have time to relax or get to know the guy. So, after all the Indian weddings that I've been to, I have come to one conclusion: the Indian wedding day is for everyone else but the bride and the groom.
Yes.
All they do is sit there and just eat laddu all the time. Or just take pictures with people they probably haven't even met before. That's all it is. Finally, you know, at the end of the wedding, the guy and the girl, they get some time together. I mean, banda gunga uthaya jaye, it could be someone else. Trailer kuch picture hi khichao. Ab staff ke liye bhai sajan mein phase ho. Okay, so that's how I think marriages were 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 25 years ago. Now, in my generation, upcoming generations, I feel like weddings will be quite different. If by some miracle, the guy and the girl agree for an arranged marriage, it'll be very different. This is the girl's name. Before the guy even meets that girl for the first time, he'll already know everything about her, thanks to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Actually, they probably won't even meet each other for the first time. They'll Skype each other already. It'll be completely modernized, completely technology. Alright. In the previous marriage, you ask the girl what kind of hobbies she has, if she can sing, if she can dance. The cooking and the cleaning was taken for granted. Now that's not taken for granted anymore. That's the rarity. I have yet to find a girl who can cook and clean in this day and age. I'll tell you a story, all right? I'll tell you, this is a true story. This happened to me a few years ago. I'm in college. There's this Indian girl in my class. She's very cute. She's very smart. We have a lot of common interests. So I started talking to her, right? And after a little bit of conversation, I asked her, hey, so you come from a good family and all, you know your Indian culture, do you know how to cook Indian food? And she said, yes. And I am so happy at this moment. I'm like, oh my God, like, I need to call the Panditji, like, talk about the Kunti and all. I'm getting really excited. I'm already dreaming of a wedding day at this time. So I asked her, okay, obviously, I want to know what she can cook. So I was like, okay, what can you cook? And she looks at me in the eye and she says, I can make chai.
Chai.
And at this point, I'm like, okay, what? Chai, and 5-year-olds can make chai. And that is it. That was her answer. I was like, do you know what cooking means? Do you know the definition of cooking? That is not cooking. Like, it's rare, seriously. And now I don't want you to think that I'm only making fun of girls. Guys are pretty bad too. So another one of my friends, he's Indian. He's in medical school. No shocker there. We're going to an Indian restaurant, and he's like talking about like, oh, I love this Indian dish. It's my favorite. So I want to ask him. I was like, what is it? And he's like, oh, that green stuff. I was like, dude, what do you mean green stuff? Like spinach? Oh no, like those things are like this long. You can even like cut them in pieces. I was like celery? Like what are you talking about, dude? And then finally he had to literally show me what he was talking about. He was talking about candy. Like this guy can sit there and name me every single bone in the human body, but he could not name me his favorite Indian dish. Like, dude, come on, man. So, anyway, in this day and age, it's very different. You have to ask different kind of questions. You cannot take the same things for granted anymore. So I feel like now the guide will be something like this. He's just having fun. He's a bachelor. He's already finished with his education. He's got a job. He's having fun. And the girl is also doing something similar. They're both having fun. Now I feel like in their first meeting, and to this is what the mom says. Anyway, all jokes aside, as Naniji said earlier, that we truly are blessed that we are here to see this, beautiful ceremony put together for us today. And, for people who have not reached that stage yet, or for future generations, future people who either get married soon or will get married eventually, we can all learn from them. So, be a big round of applause for Naniji.